I want to see another interesting build coming out from this IG lineup. Somebody must build something interesting. Like, across the course of these last few games of this, someone's always done something cool, whether it's Xiangyu from the offlane, Dust with his mid Monkey King, or Emo with his Battle Fury Void Spirit. This team has just been fun to watch, honestly.
It has. I completely agree. They've been, especially in these situations when they have to clutch it to get to a major or to win a major. Always has been like that. So, Emo on the Storm Spirit, I feel like he's as much of a carry as the Ursa is. So you can look at one or the other to really carry the game. The only difference is Dust should have his lane set up for real success. Meanwhile, Emo, it's okay. You're playing into Void Spirit, nothing crazy. You shouldn't be really winning that lane too hard.
I'll also see what build Emo goes for. Almost every single day we've had a Storm Spirit, there's been something different that they brought to the table.
3 bounty rolls for IG.
Oh no. Oh no. You know what that means?
Don't
if IG
talk
gets
about
first
the
blood,
curse.
game's
Don't
over.
talk about the curse, Nair. It's not happening today.
It's not even a... Bro, it's been a fact. It's not even a curse anymore.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
like factually how things have gone.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Just is, I guess.
Dota just feels really snowbally right now.
First mine of the game missed. That snowballs into Lich having more HP later on, which means they will kill techies before he kills them. It's all snowbally. From second 0, everything matters. Butterfly effect in Dota, full effect.
Sometimes the game is won before minute 0. Pre-game, you've already gotten yourself the W. Dota's an intriguing game that way. So, where are we looking? Where's the massacring going to be taking place? Which lane is going to be the most action-packed? You said top has high potential.
Yeah.
Is that where we should be casting most of our gaze?
Well, if we are too lazy to move across the map, we can just stick on top. I'm not sure who our observer is, but... who is it, by the way? It's Patrick.
It's
PTP.
our brother Patrick, yeah.
I'm sure PTP. He's not like that guy of Epis. He moves across the map a bit more. It's fine. We'll watch all. I'm just kidding. I love them both. But yeah, top lane. Like I said before, I can't imagine Slark having a good time. The moment they hit level 3, I think they have a ton of kill potential on both Lich and Slark. We'll see how it goes. Mid lane. Void Spirit kind of, not doing all too great at the moment.
Emo is actually handling him right now. And if there's any person I do not want to take on in a Spirit matchup, it's probably going to be Emo. But he's doing a really good job. And not just getting the CS, but doing the right thing of just constantly bullying Paparazzi.
Yep.
Like, he's already eaten through this Resonance Shield. He's already in an awkward position. Fortunately for him, there's no support here to steal Water Runes, but doesn't feel happy about the game.
Yeah. I feel like Void Spirit should still do fine. And if you get level 6 before this, Kaka actually gone.
Bye-bye, Kaka. He's... All right. Blizzard.
What?
Dust got first blood on his Ursa. They got 3 bounty runes. Game's over, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
over.
3 bounty rules. I mean, look, I'm telling you, like this bottom lane set up for success, top lane set up for success. They're really having a good time in the laning stage. The question is, will the same thing remain afterwards? And I think for them to have a good game, they need to secure Paparazzi that we're watching right now. He needs to get perhaps level 6 before Storm and maybe a gank or 2. But who do you gank with? Even that is difficult.
Yeah. The supports you come with don't have stuns. Like, you're not going to have a very early Blink Dagger Lich with Sinister Gaze.
PogChamp, imagine that. First item, Lich. Easiest way to get reported.
Rush Blink Dagger on Lich.
Although it's not bad, right? Like having Sinister Gaze.
Yeah. If you got like some Psychic Headband, Blink Dagger, this doesn't sound so terrible.
And by the way, it's Scriffy Boy doing the opposite. It's Scriff.
Oh no, we were lied to.
It's Scriff.
We were lied to.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, Peter observes much better. I could see it from the distance that it's Scriff, actually. He's writing to me right now, Steve. love you,
shout out
Scriff.
Scriff.
Just as much. We failed twice, but third time is the charm.
Mid lane, we might have a quick kill onto the techies. The first Sinister Gaze of the game will be utilized. PYW instead will actually walk away. They leave Emo in the meat grinder instead, but he turns around. 3-hero blast off. Will get the kill onto the Void Spirit, but he does still end up dead. Gifting Kaka a double kill on his Phoenix. Well, that was fun to see. Great blast off. It looked really cool, but ultimately Emo was a bit too squishy to survive that fray.
Yeah, like the problem now is, remember I said I feel like Void Spirit needs to be ahead of Storm. Void Spirit is now half a level behind. So yeah, that truly doesn't feel great because Storm will hit level 6 earlier. Another gank will connect with the techies or something. There's a chance that Void Spirit dies again in like a minute or two. So keep an eye out on that minute 6 top lane.
Top, we do have some danger onto PYW. Ends up dead. And they bring him down. And the tips. Ooh, okay, that must be spicy. What was happening to draw these tips from him?
It's DY and PYW tipping each other, you know?
That's true.
That's in their contract. If we kill each other, we need to tip each other. If you're not playing in the same team, of course.
Well, if you're playing on the same team when we deny each other, then we absolutely tip each other. Because that would be super cool.
Yeah.
So, Ghost, how's his game going on this Medusa? Actually doesn't have that much net worth, equivalent to the Slock right now, but closing in on getting that phylactery, which is all he really wants out of this laning phase. He's been playing a lot of phylactery heroes because he played Visage a couple times the other day. Now he's playing this Medusa. He's just getting used to having to buy the soap item.
I think phylactery is amazing, especially on Medusa and Visage, so I'm really not surprised. I'm really not surprised that he's buying it. I think you get this phylactery and suddenly the Slarky boy will have a difficult time laning into you. And there we go, level 6.
Right.
Lich was there though. Good read by Xtreme Gaming.
Good read by Xtreme to show up right on time as the 6 comes from the storm. Also good stuff from Scriff to make sure that we're directed to the right area.
Huh. He's always, like, Scriff is, you know, like, unsung hero of Dota. Always in the right position, at the right time. Makes sure that we don't miss any of the action. Or most of it.
Of Costa's core players, you know, our observers, our supports, and he's doing the right thing. Planting wards in all the right places.
Ursa,
is it a lot
well,
a degree of danger here, but mostly there's danger in middle as well, as Emo was very awkwardly placed. He tried to zip back in onto Paparazzi. Doesn't have enough mana to get there. Both heroes coming so close to death, but being able to stay alive by some miracle.
Yeah, Scriff right now was, please die, so it doesn't matter that I missed the kill on bot, please. So basically what happened is something you don't really expect, and I don't blame him for it. I was super surprised as well. Ursa just ran on top of Doom and Phoenix.
Yeah. Speaking of running, top lane, they run onto the Medusa, and they were trying to kill her off. The gaze was there onto PYW to block off the blast off. Interestingly enough, I'm actually thinking blast off would have been great to if it hit, and the stun would have been awesome. But does he maybe not die? If even 1 second of the Sinister Gaze, that minus mana, maybe Ghost is able to get the kill. But at least they exert themselves a little bit in the top lane.
Bruh, I just understood why everyone is picking Lich into Medusa. I'm crazy. Paparazzi, let's get away.
We talked about this yesterday.
Did we?
Yeah. Or maybe not for long, but...
you know, sometimes I talk about
mana.
things and I forget them like a minute after. I'm sorry. Goes through one ear, exits on the other. Double damage. Picked up by Paparazzi. But he needs to run.
Should be okay. He does have an Astral Step in a couple seconds. All right, so Lich Master, since this realization has just re-dawned on you, share with the audience. Tell us your teachings.
My teachings?
Yeah, why you just learned that Lich is very good to do so.
That's tome 3 of my Lich support teachings. He goes mid, Sinister Gaze maybe? There we go. Look, he lost some mana. So my teachings are, Sinister Gaze is not a good disable only. It also takes mana away from people. So it's good versus Medusa and Storm. There we go. For someone that played Lich like 90% of his games, I should know that. But I don't know. Sometimes I just forget the simplest of things in Dota. There's just too much stuff.
Dota's a hard game. Very difficult to be abreast of everything within the landscape of Dota 2.
Maybe it's
And I think, honestly, especially because you play Lich that much, it makes it harder to remember every single thing because you're just used to the feeling of the hero.
Maybe it's a hard game. Maybe I just have super bad memory. Maybe a bit of both, you know. Who knows? Level 6 on Kaka. We can expect something happening with the Seg. He can dive the Ursa, but probably not the best idea because of the overpower.
This Ursa's not so healthy, though, so I could see a rotation coming in
Run,
for Paparazzi.
Medusa. Run.
But Medusa, she needs some help. DY gonna come in. Doesn't get off the Sinister Gaze because the Stone Gaze comes
Even
first, but
yeah,
Kaka will be very happy to commit the Supernova for this one. There's the Sinister Gaze. Look at the range on that spell. Are you kidding me? They will be able to get the Medusa shield down.
No.
She does have 14 one charges, so she is still alive. And here comes Emo, looking for the turnaround directly onto Ghost. QIQX is the first one to die, and they really want more out of this fight. Paparazzi also makes a presence known, taking out this Medusa. They follow up with PYW. Ghost gets himself a double. Emo looking for revenge, trying to kill Ghost. Ghost will survive by the skin of his teeth. And Emo runs out of mana and out of options. So a 3-4 nothing. Xtreme Gaming came so low, but they just did not go over the edge and lose any heroes.
Yeah, and the region rune as well for Paparazzi. He's gonna maybe even go on top lane after this. Like, look at the boy. Taking the region. Actually gonna just snatch their stacks instead. Perfect. Gotta feel good. Yeah, those rotations, I thought that Phoenix Egg was maybe even an overkill because they weren't killing Medusa. At least not initially anyway. She only died because Emo showed up and they continued fighting. I feel like if you just bail there, you're fine. But Emo shows up, which triggers Paparazzi showing up, which triggers a whole mess, and you lose 3. But I can't blame them because these kind of fights you want to take on a Medusa lineup. Like, you want to be fighting at this point because you're insanely tanky, deceptively tanky. It's a Mystic Snake level to the maximum.
Sadly, in the aftermath of that fight, not only do they end up losing multiple heroes, we have to remember which hero was involved in that fracas. This Doom was chin-chillin' farming bottom, whilst the Slog got some additional stacks on the permanent Agi. So that actually made him stronger, getting closer towards his Diffusal Blade. And there's something I remember you mentioned the other day about how the best time to buy an item is not just when it's good for your hero, but when it counts as what the enemy team is doing.
Yep.
And Diffusal for the Slog, amazing against at least 3 heroes on the enemy team, and phenomenal on Slog in general. Feels so good.
And the smoke is phenomenal this game as well. They're smoking down mid lane, it looks like. Paparazzi and DUI. Do they have egg? They have it again. I always say DUI, like driving under influence.
Dota under the influence. There you go.
Yeah, Dota under the influence, exactly.
Well, the smoke did not connect middle, sadly. And the heroes that were positioned as potential targets have now turned into hunters themselves. Smoked up to the top lane, but they will not find Ghost. I think his team let him know that, hey, bro, we don't see anybody middle right now. You should probably be careful. And you will not end up dead.
So kind of mirror movements happening at the moment, right? IG is the one that smokes up instead.
Hold on. They actually popped the first global of the game.
Yep.
Ghost, does he get out of this? They don't have enough damage just yet, Lizard. He's going to get off the Shadow Dance. He's still alive, attempting the TP out. And Earthshock just does not do justice.
Yeah, both carries. Both carries reading it really well. Like, obviously on bottom, Ursa has to TP away a little bit earlier. Slark is, in general, harder to kill, so he sticks around a bit longer, still survives, and baits out the global. So nicely done. Very nicely done by both Ghost and Dust.
We're seeing more and more of the Dust glow up this weekend, man. We still need to ask what they've been eating, what happened in the training gym. Mans has been on it. He's the guy that's leading those carry struggle sessions in China right now.
Does your nickname it has to end on ST if you're carry player, right? We have Ghost, we have Dust. Don't tell me anyone else. We have Amest,
Amest, Howest,
Howest,
Burningest,
Yeah.
Monetist.
Monest. Sure. Makes sense. If something doesn't fit your narrative, just make it fit, cram it in there.
Smoke up. We're going to be having a big move happening. 3 heroes from Xtreme Gaming. Paparazzi leading the charge right now. Has an arcade rune to his name. There's no global for another 25 seconds. QIQX is positioned to pop the smoke. It's very hard to get to where this Ursa is. And it looks like they're not going to even try, really.
But ancients. Tasty.
Can they they can't even take these, right? Unfortunately.
But tasty. They can't, but they went towards it like thinking, can we not? It looks nice, but probably not going to happen. Meanwhile, QIQX planted a very defensive observer ward on that triangle, just making sure they have vision over the ancients. And the game did slow down a little bit. I think that benefits Xtreme Gaming. They came out of the laning stage much better than I expected. They even sort of won it after that 3-kill on top lane. Doom with the Midas farming up, almost the pipe completed. Slark as well, farming up really damn well. Echo Saber and Diffusal completed.
There's so many heroes that scale, it feels like, on the side of XG. Although there are some really scary late-game heroes. Storm, Medusa.
They're smoking up.
But let's see what they get from the smoke. They popped a global silence for this. DY will happily give up his life if it draws out such a big ultimate. He does have buyback if he really wants to come back for a fight. And XG might trigger it. They have heroes stacked up in the area. And they have the Diffusal Blade newly picked up for Ghost. So they might think about making a jump here.
Maybe they can fight. Let's see. They have Yules as well on Kaka. They can go on Emo here.
Yules not going to be used just yet. Oh, no. They didn't go in the same combo. They didn't get the Yules into Aether Remnant, but they might get Yules into Pounce. No, it does not happen. Emo going to be staying very much alive. Massive Arcane Curse from QIQX will zone back the entirety of the Xtreme Gaming lineup. I say that though, but they just run directly at Shangyu, who's positioned too close to the Tier 1 tower. Gets Doom easily killed off.
Yeah,
there was no protection available there.
They can even go further. Let's see. Paparazzi has haste. Can he catch PY'd up?
The Remnant is up. Ooh.
It's a bit too slow.
Blast off comes first. PYW is gone. And he will be allowed to stay alive.
Usually I wouldn't see them fighting that, but Paparazzi had a haste rune and an arcane rune on top of that before. So, yeah, you're going to probably take that fight. There's no global, absolutely nothing stopping you. Medusa, she had a force. So maybe she thought, okay, if I bait things out, if I maybe get some Stone Gaze before the Doom, I can survive. But I still think it's not too terrible for IG, considering Doom was used.
Unfortunately for them, they lose the tower as well. So that's less map space, I guess.
I guess too, I don't know. Towers being that usually means less space on the map, but this mid lane tower, yeah, I think it's still very important. You can't move from bot to top very easily through it, but you don't even, you always use the twin gate, so it's kind of important. I just never find myself going like that. Usually in the old patch, the white up should be fine. In the old patch, usually you have to do it. In this patch, there we go, Kaka, Ghost, everyone right there, just as Ursa goes into the pit.
Okay, they're gonna jump on the silencer first and foremost, killing him off. QIQX giving away some more stacks of Agi towards the Slock.
They can't rush though. This team does not rush easily.
It does take forever.
They
don't even have anything to remove mana right now, to remove armor. They're gonna go into PIW. He will blast off into the river, but Ghost can chase him. Very nice forced off coming in from Shangyu to save his compatriot. So techies will live there. And this will open up the Tier 1 tower in the top lane, though, for the side of Xtreme Gaming, if they do want to play around the area.
I'm surprised, like, IG is forcing this top lane area that much, considering they have a Battle Fury and a Blink on Ursa. They can fight. I don't feel that they're extremely strong at the moment. I don't think that Medusa has what she needs. I don't think that Storm has what he needs. But you also don't want to. You also don't want to give away that first Roshan, as you do have an Ursa and a Storm, so I can get that.
So what do you need? What do they need? Are they just waiting for BKB on this Ursa to finish first? I guess Emo skipped it entirely.
Exactly. I think that's what they probably need, but they smoke up once again. They might catch some strays on top lane because Slark and Phoenix have left.
This could actually be really good for IG here. If they're able to get a quick kill and then get into the pit uninterrupted, could be quite good for them.
Damn, DY.
DY. Dude, what a player. He is definitely not under any influence right now. He is on it. Kaka managing to get off the supernova. Doom applied to the Ursa, but he does manage to destroy the egg first. Beautiful stone gaze from Shangyu on the back end of the fight. Starting up these heroes. They've corralled them all inside, but here comes Ghost. He wants to clean up house right now, taking out the techies, but the rest of his team is falling all around him. Dust with a double kill already. They're body blocking him, trying to stop the pounce away. They will not manage to do so, but they still have the catch up and they still have the kill. A triple for Dust on his Ursa, a massive team fight win for IG, and a reward of the Roshan that they're gonna claim once they go through the Twin Gate.
Damn, like I felt that could be so good for XG because they break the smoke with Lich and they just move away, but instead Kaka returns. He gets instantly jumped on, so he's forced to egg. And yeah, you doomed the Ursa, but I think he even used Enrage before he doomed him, right? Let's see.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, like even Enrage, so that doom lasts 5 seconds. Instantly after Ursa continues fighting. Ghost used his newfound shard to save DY a little bit, but they just didn't have the firepower here to do anything. Already the doom and the egg wasted. The majority of your team fighting is gone. You cannot fight. Unfortunate, very unfortunate for XG, but on the bright side, they didn't lose Rosh. Right.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go into the Roshan pit afterwards. Like with this Ursa, if he had maxed out Fury Swipes, I thought they would have had time to do it.
Yeah, me too. Maybe because it was switching positions, going from top to bottom. They decided not to, not sure. But one good thing for IG is that they never truly have to worry about Rosh that much. This XG's lineup is terrible at taking it. Just terrible. They need like a DD on Void Spirit or something to take it right now. Or a full team fight that they win.
Well, whichever comes first, of course, they'd be happy with. Said Void Spirit does have an Arcane Rune. Would love to be able to utilize it somewhere onto someone. Xtreme Gaming, that last fight that they experienced, not going to be great, but you know, they were still doing okay beforehand. They didn't lose any additional structures or objectives on the map. They'll still get their Tormentor. They'll still get their Wisdom Rune. And I think it would have been the only worst part about it is Slark dying. If Slark didn't die, that would have just been like, whatever.
Yeah, I think there are some bad things about it. Specifically Medusa getting an Aghanims completed off of that. She's got it after this creep wave on mid. There we go, point booster flying in.
Nice.
Yeah, suddenly you cannot kill her. Sinister Gaze will not work. Luckily for them, they have a lot of abilities that kind of target the hero, but you don't have to point and click. So it's not gonna trigger the Mystic Snake. Actually, that's a shard, never mind.
No, that's a cold-blooded, yeah.
I literally played her last night. I played her 6 hours ago and...
I think we have to increase the confidence interval in your memory being bad part, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna get the shard. He has it queued up. You don't get the shard without getting Aghanims. That's the point. I mean, you first buy eggs and then you get the shard, and then it feels really damn good.
Gonna feel good for IG to pick up this Aegis as well for themselves. First one of the game.
You can't really... You could contest this, arguably, if you were all in position, but you aren't on XG, so Ursa takes it really damn fast.
Nice.
It looks like they'll give it to him as well. Never mind.
Maybe Azure was about to click on it. Emo's like, bro, if you click on that thing, you're kicked from the team. Like, okay.
It looked that way because Dust actually gave himself an inventory slot. But actually, they still want to fight. Look at this, smoking up, even without the Slark being there. Not sure if the
Slark
smoke
can
will
make
work.
his way over. He's starting to run that way right now, but I also don't know about this. They will go on the Medusa, find the Doom first and foremost. Aether Remnant will be there. Did get a 4-star pretty far back, and the Sinister Gaze won't be good enough either. And here comes the Ursa, jumping directly onto Lich, and a 5-hero blast off from the techies. Oh my goodness. Kaka, though, does still get up the Supernova close to the tier 1 tower, forcing the rest of IG to get back. Stone Gaze now popped on the Medusa as the Doom has elapsed. They're going back in onto Paparazzi. Emo really wants the Void Spirit. Runs out of mana though, so they run out of damage. Kaka might not be as lucky. He comes down from the Yule Scepter though. That gives him the Icarus dive away. Somehow, with all these spells being popped, all this action happening, only a lonely Lich dies at the very end here.
I can't believe it's just the Lich that died in the end, but yeah, like all these spells used, a ton of big ultis, 3.5k damage dealt by the techies. Nothing wrong here. Buff it up a little bit, Ice Frog. I think it needs, he needs some buffs. One item literally saved the game for IG here, the fight that is. And that's the Gossamer Escape. Gossamer Escape, whatever. Gossamer Cape on Medusa. This shit versus Doom is way too good. Like, he jumps in with the Infernal Blade Doom, and Medusa just, the Infernal Blade misses, so she can turn, she can force stab before the Doom even comes. Just probably the best item that you can have against him in that neutral slot. Feels good, man.
Yep. You're definitely right. Any other circumstance, if he doesn't get off that 4-star and the fight is closer to the tier 1, XG very easily kill Medusa and move on to the fight. Man, I love Dota. Everything just stacks up upon each other to create a symphony of chaos. Beautiful to see. In this game, though, we might have another one because they're coming in for Xtreme Gaming, looking for QIQX. At the same time, though, Dust jumping in onto DY. QIQX will still end up dead, though, and doomed up for good measure, but he got off the Enrage first. Emo jumping into the middle of the fight. He wants DY, but he's falling so low while he's here. Will give up the Aegis with the Chain Frost bouncing around, and they now jump onto Dust. But yet again, 3 heroes caught in with the blast off. It bought some time, but it's not going to be enough. As they end up losing the Ursa. Emo jumping now onto Paparazzi with the help of Shangyu. They almost kill off this Void Spirit, but he gets away by the skin of his teeth. Now Emo himself has to get away by the skin of his teeth. They've abandoned Shangyu, however, as he's left behind to deal with Xtreme Gaming. Gets a 4-star, another clutch one onto the high ground, away from the Supernova. Dodges the Aether Remnants. The Snake Lady might not have any legs, but she's dancing around Xtreme Gaming right now. Will she escape is the question. Ghost gets juked out again. What is Shangyu on right now? Eventually, though, they will corral around him. They'll Sinister Gaze him, and they kill him off. Ghost with another permanent Agi stack. And Xtreme Gaming with an incredible team fight victory.
Yeah, talking about these small little things, a lot of mistakes happening in that fight for both sides. First, Doom jumping the Ursa. Just about to use Doom, Kaka uses him. So Ursa manages to get off both the BKB and Enrage before the Doom. Still though dies, so it didn't really change a lot. But one big thing is Medusa and Storm, like your two big cores were fighting to kill off Lich, and they didn't finish him off. Like, this guy survives. I think that was pretty big because it gave them a little bit extra disable later on. He had Pavis and Frost Shield on him, and they thought they had him, but just lives a little bit too long. I really thought IG had this fight again. They had the Aegis, Emo dies there. Look at DY. Lonely Lich killing off an Observer Ward as well on the high ground just to survive. So they can't see him. And then he Sinister Gazes the Medusa afterwards.
What a player, DY. Really showing off a little bit here. Yet again, we did see the influence of this 4-star from Medusa. Lots of repositioning available for her. But for Xtreme Gaming, that's the kind of fight that you look back on and say, hey, we won the game right here and here. And if they do so, Lizard, they'll be the first team to overcome the curse. Hasn't happened in this region just yet. It could happen today.
is under attack.
I'm just retweeting your tweet with me tagged. Thank you, Snare. Very
Hey.
nice.
While you're on the socials, Xtreme Gaming socially walking around together, holding some hands, looking for a kill. They do not come across anything, however, so they just have to keep farming. But they are getting some really big items. Like, we're about to have the Aghanim Scepter for the Slok, and then after that, you can start building into the Harpoon, and that's where this game starts to feel really, really scary, especially for these silencers and these techies on the backlines. And speaking of, they're gonna fight bottom. Techies does get killed off here by Paparazzi with the DD rune. Okay, can't steal our wisdom runes, buddy. Those are for our supports only. Only DY can get these.
I think it's for Phoenix even. Who's gonna... Never mind, Paparazzi is like, yeah, it's mine, debated. They don't do
Doom that
Medusa.
gets expanded onto Medusa. Ghost has a pounce in 3 seconds. They get the inhibit out with the diffusal blade. They should have the kill onto Medusa. And the Snake Lady goes down. Shanya giving away a life. 10 Agi on the Slok, permanent. This is starting to feel a little bit scary, Liz.
Yeah, he's getting a lot. Also keep in mind that he went for a little bit of a different build than you see in your normal games. Storm, next target.
Is he gonna die? Infernal Blade is on him, but they do not find the pounce in time.
I really don't see the world in which he dies there. Just not possible at all. They had pounce to work with, and that's it. Maybe some Yules, but no real disable. He's got Lincolns even on the Storm, so very unlikely. But yeah, Slark didn't opt to go for Aghanims first. He even got the Aghanims shard before the Axe. He even got the BKB before it. Just making sure that he's able to stand and actually take these early game engagements. You know, usually Slarks, what do? They just jump in and out of fights, right? It wasn't Ghost. He was... If he goes in, he stays in the fights.
That's actually true. He's been playing Raid Boss Slok 20 minutes earlier than expected, but he's already gotten the playstyle pat down. Probably going to have a big fight around this next Roshan, though. 30 seconds until he potentially can return. PYW. Just going to go drop a mine to scout this out, but I think they saw him. Both sides know each other, have scouted this. Pings all around. And we see IG. How many times have we seen disastrous fights happen right around this twin gate? So adopting this positioning can be very beneficial for them. But they don't want to wait here, Liz. They're going for a fight right now. Doom is not here just yet. Can they get the jump is the question.
The Remnant, it misses. Also, the Lich's shard is killed off. The Ice Spire, it's taken out. So some things that they will miss, but they smoke up. They still want to go. It's kind of hard to go onto this high ground, especially versus techies, right? Like he just loves playing around the twin gate.
We saw this yesterday, though. This big wraparound coming in from Xtreme Gaming. We've seen this from them so many times, and they will find QIQX and kill him off. He does have buyback, however, but it's going to come too late to save the Medusa. She's already been doomed up. They really want to find this kill. Global Silence will now be applied, but they have all their efforts focused on killing the Snake Lady, and they will succeed in doing so. Will IG be able to avenge her as they buy back? But now there's no global. Medusa will return, but their teamfight prowess is not nearly as strong. They even expended BKB and Enrage in that fight.
Okay. Like, they're missing some things, right? But so are Xtreme Gaming. PYW, though, Glimmer keeps himself. Can
It's
he live?
okay for now. He has a mech to pop, but he's not going to be able to do it as he dies off. At the same time, though, the blast off setup into some more damage from Emo and Ghost might enable him to take the rest of the fight. Dust thinking about going deeper in. Shangyu pop the Stone Gaze to zone back Xtreme Gaming. But Emo, though, does no escape, gets killed off by JT
buyback.
with the Infernal Blade. No buyback either. QIQX also gets caught into by the rest of the XG lineup. And now this lone Medusa doing her best to run away. But not only will she not be able to do so, she is going to die back. The space is opened up not just for Roshan, but to do whatever the hell they want on the map. Xtreme Gaming starting to look unstoppable.
Yeah, really nicely done by them. I feel like this Doom is a huge difference maker. JT finding the right targets, one fight after another, dooming that Medusa, forcing the buyback. Then they're all kind of scattered because... So what's the problem with IG's lineup? they had a good idea to destroy the lanes by picking Medusa, right? Medusa techies, just destroy the Slark, Ursa safely and destroy the Doom. But their lanes didn't go that well. And because of that, you're lacking utility. Like, you're lacking all these small little things that Doom brings to the table. Small things, under quote marks. Like, he dooms the target, eliminates it from the fight. He brings you a pipe. You know, he starts the fights. Medusa can't do most of these things. Ursa top.
So, yet again, we see Doom getting a Doom out. I think if they win this game, I know you're a candidate for MVP, but they won't be able to actually get the kill. Does draw some reinforcements to the top side of the map, though.
Drops that Doom, but has Octarine core. Doesn't really care way too much. We'll probably have it for the next fight.
Paparazzi's also getting quite an influx of items. What happens after he finishes this Nullifier? Daedalus. Is he going Daedalus or Silver Edge, I wonder? I feel like Daedalus.
I feel like both are good. We'll see. I feel like
the thing is, right now, they're not really struggling for damage, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like, sometimes you get Daedalus because you are struggling for damage and you're kind of in that situation where it's all or not. But I don't think they're there, so you can do both, Daedalus or the Silver Edge.
Yep. Honestly, even if he doesn't do either and he just buys something else, it's fine as well. He can do what he wants right now for Paparazzi. As they're sieging the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, trying to expand their map control. And you know that point in the game you mentioned where they don't have to worry too much about Aegises? Well, Longsa's past that point. So the more map control they lose for IG, the more future Aegises will also go to XG.
Doom.
But Jade
zooming around.
Fine. Oh no. Now that I said that, he jumps back in. Oh no, JT. He has BKB, though. He should be okay.
He's fine. He's just gonna get the kill.
They will just kill QIQX. All right, good guy, JT.
3.5k HP together with the Doom. He TP's bot now. Just to save off Void Spirit, though. Just to make sure that he doesn't die.
He's so scary that as soon as he shows up, Ursa just pops BKB. He's like, oh no.
You have to, right? Like, he has travels too. He TP's on the Void Spirit. You don't know if they're gonna go on you or fall back, so pop that BKB, make sure you don't get killed off.
Really good game from Xtreme Gaming. They're looking towards getting themselves into the third and final major of the year. They missed Lima. They made a presence in Berlin. Didn't go that well. So they want to guarantee TI qualification. But now they're going top and they're going to find Dust. Ghost acting as a port point for JT. Easily able to mop up this Ursa.
PYW.
And PYW also gets caught out. And I don't think he's going to be allowed to blast off here. He got caught midair. So he will be killed off on the ground. 2 heroes fall. That should be at least one tier 2 tower through the mid lane. And do they potentially try to breach the high ground here or at least force a buyback from Ursa?
I think they can. They'll probably go for the other tier 2. Let's see. But they don't have creep wave on top, so maybe mid lane would have been a better idea. It's not easy. We are still pushing into Medusa and Storm that are alive. So you probably won't do a lot, but I feel like it was possible to damage it a little bit at least. Instead, they chill, they wait for the harpoon.
He's gonna be so big. Like, he's gonna finish the harpoon. He has a penta-edged sword right now on Slark. He's gonna put in the basher once this Aegis elapses. My goodness. It's not like he's squishy, right? 25 armor, 2.5k HP. Oh my god.
He's not, yeah, not at all. He has that shard as well to work with as his ultimate, so multiple ways of surviving through these fights. More or less everyone has something to deal with global at this point. Just Lich doesn't.
Holy shit. Listen, click on Void Spirit. Okay, don't click on Void Spirit. Void Spirit has a Daedalus and a double damage rune just picked up. So this next fight, gonna see some outrageous numbers emerge from Paparazzi. They try to jump onto Ghost right now, and they do zone him back a little bit. However, this is a Slark. somewhat immune to poking unless you kill him off. He just waits, replenishes his HP, and they're gonna come back and try again.
At least they pushed him away before the Aegis, right? So 15 seconds, it should be reclaimed by the time they push high ground again. And if you're IG, you're not happy with the state of the game, but at least the next fight will be a bit more fair. It won't be 5-on-6.
One thing that's also been lacking for the side of IG is that outside of PYW's techies, their teamfight control really been lackluster. But they're gonna try and ameliorate that. Emo building into the Aghanim Scepter, so we'll have some blue hole shenanigans.
Do you think that helps them? Like I guess with the Battle Fury on Ursa, you have some cleave, some AoE damage.
I think with the regularity that PYW has been finding multiple hero blast-offs, it better help. And Doom is gonna get found out right now, but just pops BKB. His team is actually miles away from him, and they still lack confidence they can take this fight. And they are correct, because the team has very high mobility. And here they are. Paparazzi, holy shit, blows up PYW with the Astral Step. And they do the same to this Ursa. What the hell just happened? Doom now applied onto this Medusa. She gets caught in by the Harpoon, newly picked up by Ghost. Paparazzi with the DD rune goes onto QIQX, comes back for the Medusa, turns it into a 4-hero wipe. Emo at the very least jumping in, looking for Kaka. Does get him. Gets jumped on though. JT, it was a trap. He has another one ready to go. Throws it in onto Emo, and Emo will be killed off. Paparazzi with the triple.
No creeps.
More attributes for Slark, but there are no creeps, so they can't turn this into a lane of racks.
Yeah, very unfortunately for them, no creeps. I love how 4 of them went to gank Doom. They saw him and they were like, God damn, like it's only 4 of us, run. We need someone else.
Sadly, there's nobody else to help. They all end up dead. Lane of racks getting sieged into. There's no buyback on the Ursa either. The one bright spot is that their push is not the fastest in the world from Xtreme Gaming.
And Techie's minds are everywhere. Look around the throne. Basically, IG are like, we have at least one more fight in us. PYW, go dev the throne. Don't dev the racks, it's just the throne, you know. Make sure they don't end the game. It's crazy, like they only get one singular side off of that, and that's only because their lanes weren't pushed in. Like if just one lane was pushed in, 2 sides, hands down, 100% or a buyback forced. Was getting the shard, Void Spirit.
Oh my god. Okay. The scary thing about this Void Spirit shard is the decreased cooldown. It's very scary. It's very scary. And IG's already been struggling with their positioning in the midst of these fights. That being said, some additional tools. Emo has his Ags now, so I'm looking towards him and PYW to combo up together. Perhaps Shangyu. I think Shangyu needs to stop building this Hex. The Hex is great, but do they need damage? These heroes aren't being threatened anymore in XG. It's only Kaka that's dying anymore. Everybody else is just chilling in the fights. So maybe he should try and scale as well.
They have Nullifier now in Ursa. It does change things a little bit. He can try to scale, but I have a feeling at this point, he just doesn't right-click fast enough anyway. DY, perfect positioning once again. And the Spire, just amazing. Will die though. All that said.
Yes, buyback, he's fine. He's happy to do it. Whoever TP coming in onto Paparazzi, JT and the boys might still want to take this fight, and they jump directly onto the Medusa. DY does buy back. QIQX throws in the global silence, but Medusa's life will not be saved by this, as she is going to get one click down by a Ghost and killed off. PYW now also in danger, as Ghost is able to finish him off too, and Ghost now going onto this Ursa. Dust cannot fight Paparazzi as he gets killed off. Kaka throws out the supernova on the port back Medusa. She popped the stone gate to try and escape, but she really wishes she was anywhere else right now, as she got jumped on by Ghost, killed off by XG, and that might just be a second lane of racks and potentially the end of game number 1.
Yep, they have 80 seconds without Medusa to go. They still have one Doom left remaining on JT. He can jump in, perhaps Doom the techies or the Storm Spirit, doesn't really matter. Let's see if they'll push, because they're smoking up. They're kind of hunting the storm instead. That's what it looks like. JT. Okay, I actually knew exactly where he was.
JT's game sense pretty high.
Yeah. Look at these mines, though.
Well, there's a very easy way to deal with mines. Lizard, just kill the goddamn techies. And the techies dead. No mines can be thrown out anymore. And the racks will no longer be protected. It's 2 lanes. They could turn this into a third. 40 seconds, no juicer. 1 whole minute, no techies. Unironically, Techie is one of their biggest defenders, so they need him right now.
I feel like they can definitely take another side. They can even take this fight after Dirce is back. They still have Doom, remember, so it's not that easy. They have Cheese on Void Spirit. I don't think they're losing fights any longer, by the way. Maybe Lich or Phoenix might die, but even they are so difficult to kill off. So much armor. Phoenix has an AC, by the way. He's had it for a long time now. Lich as well.
AC Shivas.
Yeah, Lich with Pavis, with Solar Crest, GG. Yeah, they're just not winning a single fight. It's not happening.
My boy JT does the right thing, buys the Divine Rapier just before the game ends.
Yeah.